and part 2 of United Health One products and online tools, everybody. And you know the drill. If you have a question, we want you to put it in the question box, and I'll monitor you throughout the presentation. So if you got a question, go ahead and add it. What I won't be doing is trying to do that live mic, with everybody. We tried to do that last week. We won't do that this week because that just didn't work with this setup on GoToMeeting. So we'll monitor your questions throughout the presentation. And she's going to be talking about ancillary and online tools today and some more stuff. Just a quick 30-minute presentation. But again, we'll monitor these questions throughout. Here's my information. Take a moment, jot down my phone number, email address. Things are heating up in the individual market as we head into the middle of spring and into summer, and things are just heating up, and kids coming back from school and everything. Previously mentioned Health Sherpa. Check it out. Give me or Eric a call about Health Sherpa to help your clients enroll. And don't forget our $7,000 cash incentive program. You'll learn more about that on our website. And with that, I'll toss it to Renae.
So 30 minutes, we'll go through this pretty fast. This is going to be the dental, vision, and hearing product. So the plan guidelines, this is standalone coverage. So you can sell our dental, vision, hearing, or DVH product that we call it, completely standalone. It doesn't have to be sold with any of our other products, major medical products. Primary insured must be 18 or older. So just like all of our other products, this is not offered to child only. The primary insured must be age 18 or older. This is not ACA pediatric coverage. So, this is not ACA compliant pediatric coverage that sometimes comes offered with some of the ACA plans. This is a completely separate standalone dental product. There's no maximum age limit and really no minimum age limit either. I mean, we can sell this to a 1-year-old, we can sell it to a 100-year-old person. Next day effective date, you can apply up to 90 days in advance of the effective date. It's not medically underwritten, and it's guaranteed renewable. And all guaranteed renewable means is that as long as they keep paying us premium, they're going to have a policy with us. The one question we get asked quite a bit is the network. It is the National Options PPO 30 network. So when you're doing a dental network search on myuhc.com, the network name you'll choose for our dental product in any state is going to be National Options PPO 30. We've got it down to a simplified 4-tier pricing now. It's going to more mirror group insurance. So it's going to be individual and spouse, individual and children, or family pricing is how the pricing model is configured. There's 2 planned families with 1-year age overlap. So people 18 to 64, and this is all determined by the age of the person in the primary position on the quote. So if you put somebody in the primary position that's 18 to 64, you're going to be offered the primary or premier plans. If you put someone in the primary spot who is 64 or older, actually a 64-year-old, you would get all 3 of these choices because there's 1-year overlap at age 64. Somebody 65 and over is only going to give you the gen plans as an option when you're doing the quoting. But the quoting software is sophisticated enough to know what to show you based on the age of the primary insured. Primary plan, don't pay a lot of attention to these plans. These are the cheapest dental plans that we offer, but they're not the best-selling plans. There's some limitations on these plans which make them cheaper, things like waiting periods, which people aren't real fond of. Some of the plans do not have coverage for major services. So these plans, I kind of go right through quickly
Renae,
because that is not the ones that I would be concentrating on the under age 64 side of the business. Yep.
Renae, can I jump in? We want to engage with our agents a little bit. There is a little difficulty with the sound.
Yeah.
Are you able to, talk directly on the handset, or if not, we'll just forge ahead.
Yeah, I can maybe get closer. It goes to our computer. So let me try and get a little bit closer to my laptop. I don't know if that's going to help or not, but I'll try that.
Okay.
The premier plans are the ones that is that better?
That's a little better, yeah. And they're wondering if this is all, if
Okay.
this is separate contract from UHC1.
It is not. It's part of your UH1 contract that you have access to these products.
Great, great, great. We can hear you.
The premier plans for under age 64 are the ones that I would concentrate on. And specifically, I am going to point out two plans. We have so many plans that brokers sometimes get confused about what they should sell, what they shouldn't sell. So I'm going to make it easy. You want to look at under age 64, you want to look at the premier plans, you want to look at the premier choice and the premier plus, which is the first and third column on this page. They're virtually the same plan, except for a few key differences. The plus plan has a 2,000 annual max, where the choice plan has a 1,500. And the plus plan is the one that we offer orthodontics and dental implants. So the question to ask your client is, do you want orthodontia and implants? If they say yes, Premier Plus. If they say no, probably go Premier Choice. They do not have waiting periods on basic or major services, but it is a tiered benefit. So on the Premier Choice, for example, basic services day one, we would pay 50-50. Year two, we're going to pay 65%. And then year three, we're going to pay 80%. So you don't have a waiting period, but you have an escalating benefit. These are the Gen plans. And again, I'm just going to go right to the plan grid because we have a limited amount of time. But this again is going to be the age 64, 65 and over. And this one is going to be kind of the same scenario. I narrow it down to two plans. The Gen Saver is the one I quote. Let me get this out of the way. Gen Saver and Gen Deluxe are the ones that we're going to quote there. The Gen Deluxe is going to have implant coverage. So again, I just asked the question, are you looking for implants coverage? If you're not, then you can go with the Gen Saver. If you are, then I would go Gen Deluxe. Vision and hearing. Vision benefits are going to be a rider, so there's going to be extra costs to rider on a vision plan. Hearing benefits are included. The vision rider that comes with the primary and premier plan is going to be a glasses and contacts feature. The Gen plans, it's glasses or contacts in a calendar year. The vision rider is going to be once every 12 months for a $10 copay. You can have a vision exam. Eyeglass frames, once every 12 months, we would give you a $150 allowance toward eyeglass frames. The lenses, one pair every 12 months for a $10 copay. And that's for single vision, bifocal, trifocal, or lenticular. If you get progressive lenses, tinted lenses, anything like that, that's an enhancement. And then you would get a discount off of that enhancement. And contacts, if they're on our select contact lens list, you would pay a $0 copay for contacts. If they are not on our selection or select contact lens list, it's a $150 allowance towards your contacts for the year. Hearing benefits are going to be on the primary and preferred plans. So for under age 64, it's going to be like a hearing discount program, basically is what it's going to be. You get discounts on the exam and the hearing aids. You get a 45-day trial period for the hearing aid, and you get a complimentary one-year supply of batteries. On the Gen plans, which are the over age 64 plans, you're going to actually get a copay, a $75 copay for a hearing exam once every 12 months. And then you get an escalating benefit for hearing aids if it's not utilized from the year before. So $100 day one. If you haven't utilized that benefit, it's $300 year one, $500 year two, and $750 for year three. So again, that is going to kind of be, I guess I went through it real fast because I wanted to cover the new hospital guarantee issue plans as well. But does anybody have questions on this? Because yes, I'm going to show you
a couple questions.
Okay.
If a person has prior dental coverage with the dental plans, will the dental plans waive the basic and major waiting periods. And this would be, you know, dental coverage with UH or with another carrier.
We do not honor previous waiting periods, which is why we have that escalating benefit for plans that don't have waiting periods, so that you can purchase a plan without a waiting period, because we don't honor prior carriers' waiting periods.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, and we're back at it. Go ahead.
These are our new Hospital Guard and Hospital Safeguard Guarantee issue plans. We actually just released these probably about a month ago, 2 months ago possibly. They're kind of designed to help people with a high deductible health plan. Now, whether you sell our short-term plan with a higher deductible, or whether you sold ACA plans, many of our ACA partners have started to sell these plans with their ACA products, because it's designed to complement a high deductible health plan. So an average hospital stay in the country right now, 3-day hospital stay averages about $30,000. So what we have developed are these plans. They don't have any medical underwriting. This is the first time we've done a guarantee issue plan. So regardless of your health conditions, it's going to be a guarantee issue. And then pre-existing conditions are going to be covered after 12 months. It's going to be a fixed cash benefit that's paid for qualifying expenses, regardless of what that actual medical expense is. So the benefit level you choose is what you're going to be indemnified for. We do offer individual and family coverage, and the benefits are per covered person per calendar year. And again, many people are selling this with a higher deductible short-term plan or an ACA plan. This plan can be purchased standalone. I wouldn't, because it's not going to be a comprehensive major medical plan, but it is a standalone product. And we pay the benefits regardless of other insurance coverage. The benefits do stack, and you'll see that once we look at the plan grid, but the benefit is paid for each trigger that you experience. So everything in the plan grid that you experience, which I'll show you in a second, is going to create a payment for you. We have two families: the Hospital Guard, which is a plan A, B, or C. Then the Hospital Safeguard, a little bit more of a robust plan, is going to be plan 500, 750, 1,000, or 2,000. And that will make more sense in a second. This is the Hospital Guard guarantee issue. So this is going to be kind of more of a stripped down plan, but it's going to give you coverage per day of 500, 750, or 1,000 for a maximum of 31 days in the hospital, with an additional ICU benefit of double that, basically 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000. In addition to that, you're going to get a set dollar amount just because you were admitted to the hospital day one of 1,000, 1,500, or 2,000. Doctor office visits are not reimbursable on plan A, but plans B and C, they are at $50 per day or $100 per day. And then there's also that accidental loss of life, limb, or sight rider. And this is just like I said, it's just a reimbursement. It's not designed to pay for your hospital stay in full. It's designed to help you get rid of your deductible on your underlying either short-term product or ACA product. So if we give an example of 3 days in an ICU and 4 total days inpatient, so you're in the hospital 7 days, 3 of which were in ICU, you get under Plan C a $2,000 benefit just for being admitted to the hospital that first day. Then you get $1,000 per day for 7 days total, $7,000. And then 3 of those days were in ICU, so that was $2,000 per day for 3 days of ICU, which is $6,000. We're going to pay $15,000 direct to the insured. $15,000 is probably going to cover. It's going to cover for sure any short-term deductible that you would offer, because our highest deductible on our short-term product is $12,500, and this is probably going to pay a good portion, if not more than many of the ACA deductibles that are out there. Can use any provider. There's no network attached to this because we're just paying you cash for what happened to you. Same benefit amounts apply, and there's no deductible. It's an immediate payout. Like I said, no network. We're just going to pay what the plan says we're going to pay. And the remainder, obviously would be your responsibility then. Whether you have an underlying ACA plan, a short-term plan, or if you don't have any coverage at all, that would become your responsibility. Must notify us of the hospitalization within 30 days or as soon as reasonably possible. The second product is the Safeguard Guarantee Issue. This one's got a few more benefits. So it's got the hospital confinement benefit, it has the ICU benefit, it has the first day hospital admission benefit, but we've included some additional things on this, like an inpatient surgical procedure, anesthesiologist, emergency room, ambulance. So there's varying amounts for all of these things on all of the plan designs that we have available. The plan 2000 obviously being the most robust. And when people look at these figures, you know, the first thing they say is, well, you know, $250 per day for an emergency room visit for an illness, that's not a lot of money. You're right, it's not, but these aren't designed to cover your ER visit. It's designed to give you money towards that, either to lessen your load on your deductible on your underlying health plan, whether that be ACA or short-term, or just lower the bill, you know, for you if this is the only plan you choose to buy. Now, again, I would caution against that because this plan isn't going to cover everything that major medical covers. This one also, though, does have a wellness benefit. It's just, again, token coverage towards your preventive visit once a year. So on an ACA plan, a person's wellness visit is 100% covered according to the 10 essential health benefits that have to be covered on ACA. So that, if you have an underlying ACA plan, you're not going to get a bill for your preventive care visit, but you could submit that. You could ask them, they're going to send you a bill. It's just going to be a $0 amount if the insurance company has paid for it. You could submit that then to us, and we would still reimburse you, for instance, $200 per day on the plan 2000, and that's just cash money then.
What if they had like an EOB?
So the example we had.
Oh, sorry. A question, what if they had just an EOB?
EOB would be the same.
Okay.
They might ask. EOB is going to be difficult. I would include that with your submission, but you would want to go back to the doctor and you want to ask for something that shows a diagnostic billing code, because that's how our claims department is going to know that this was a preventive adult exam, for instance. They need to see a diagnostic code.
Okay, great.
In this example, we have somebody that went to the hospital emergency room by ambulance. So you're going to get the $500 on the plan 2000, $500 ground ambulance benefit. You went to the emergency room for an illness that you're going to get $250 for. They admitted you to the hospital. So for that first hospital admission, you get the $2,500. $2,000 per day for 7 total days of hospital confinement gives you $14,000. And 3 of those days were spent in ICU, so that's $2,000 per day there for a total of $6,000. Your benefit is actually going to be $23,250 there. Again, if you have an underlying short-term product or an ACA plan, this is going to more than cover your deductible and possibly your co-insurance on most short-term and or ACA plans out there. In fact, in this example, you could walk away with cash from that bill. Again, flexibility to choose a provider. This particular product, though, does make use of a network. We use the multi-plan network on the Safeguard GI plan. 4,600 hospitals, 900,000 providers nationwide. It's not quite as big as UHC's Choice Plus network, but this is a pretty big nationwide network. And again, you don't have to use a multi-plan provider on the Safeguard. It's just if you do, you're going to get the negotiated rate, which is going to make your indemnity dollars go further. And this, again, is just an example. Let me move this out of the way. For instance, if the actual charges were $4,200 on the first example, the plan pays the provider $4,200 if we add everything up, and the insured receives the remaining $300. For a total benefit of $4,500. So if you look at that first hospital admission, $2,500 for that, 1 day outpatient, $2,000. We owe $4,500 according to our plan, but the actual charges were only $4,200. So in that case, we will take and pay the provider $4,200. There's a $300 overage because we owe the insured $4,500 based on the plan benefits. We would send you a check for $300. Conversely, we have that same scenario, $4,500 is what we owe per the plan, and the actual charges are $4,800. We would pay the provider $4,500 because your total benefit is $4,500, and then the provider would bill you, the consumer, for the remaining $300. They do get ID cards on the safeguard plan. They're going to get an ID card. It's actually physically mailed to the client, and you can present that card at the time of service. So this would be presented as a secondary insurance to your ACA or your short-term plan. There are also discounts that are provided through Optum. You do save about 30 to 80% on RX. So I tell people, always ask me about good RX, what should I use? I say, you know, ask the pharmacist, which one am I getting the better discount through? Am I getting a better discount through Optum RX, or am I getting a better discount through good RX? And a good pharmacist will tell you, and then just use the appropriate card if you have both. There's also optional telemedicine via Healthiest You that's available on these plans. And that's just basically a teledoc. And it would be a rider that you add on to these plans, so additional premium would apply. No child only, again, 18 to 64. We renew it until the primary insured and spouse have reached 65 years of age, at which time the plan would end. We'll cover kids birth through age 25. So they would drop off at the end of the premium period following their 26th birthday. It is not available, though, if customer has another fixed indemnity plan. So that's one thing to keep in mind. They can't have another hospital reimbursement plan and have our plan. Guarantee issue, so no medical underwriting, can be sold standalone. Again, I would advise against it because it has limited benefits. It's not going to pay everything that a major medical plan or a short-term plan would pay. And it does have a fixed benefit level. 7 plans, you know, just gives you some additional flexibility. And those are the 2 newest plans that we offer. We just launched those. Geoff, does anyone have questions on those?
At the moment, no, but I'm sure we'll have a few comments and suggestions here. Question. Great presentation. Okay. Here's a question. I don't believe I'm contracted with UH1. Can I get that sent to me? Absolutely. If you have any issues about contracting or desire to get started with us, I'll get the ball rolling. I'll have a conversation with you separately today. I'll reach out to you, Harry. And but here's the full slate of what they offer. If you look at her screen, this is a really cool resource. And I want to point out these online tools. These are the best in the industry that you can get right to what you need in a heartbeat on eStore. So.
Correct. Did you want me to just wrap up, go through a little bit of the?
Yeah, that's cool. That'd be fantastic.
Stuff on eStore?
Yeah, the stuff on eStore.
Yeah, so quick in about 10 minutes. But yeah, so this is eStore. This is the page that you will actually land on in the event. Let me go into a dummy one. So this is the page you'll land on when you sign in as a broker. The one thing I tell all brokers to do first off is go to where there's an outline of the United States, click on the products by state grid. This, I tell brokers to print this, save a PDF of this, come back to it every now and then and check on it, because we do update this real time when we do product launches. We only do product launches on Fridays. I'm not saying go out there every Friday and check it, and go out there, you know, once a month, once every couple of months and check it. But this is going to show you every product that we offer in every state that we offer it in. So even if you're only licensed in one state, it's still nice to have this because you can see all the products that we offer in, say, the state of Ohio, and then what network we use for the short-term plans. For instance, CP is going to be Choice Plus, C is Choice Network. It's also going to show you durations. Some states we have a 2x12. Some states like Illinois, we can only sell a 6-month policy. So this is a nice one-page point of reference that you can print off, keep at your desk, save as a PDF, has everything we offer all in one sheet of paper, every state we offer it in. So it's a very good reference to have. And the other things I would point out is what Geoff was talking about. The area was just in the brochures and sales tools is going to be found under brochure, sales tools, and training tab. This will default. It shows me all the states that we're in just because this is a dummy site that we as employees use. If you are multi-state licensed, it will only pull up the states that you're licensed in. If you're only licensed in one state, only Ohio will populate. And then you can also pull up every product category, like I just did here. This is going to be everything we offer. Or if you are just wanting to look at, say, the dental plans that we just covered, you can narrow the search to make it a little bit easier. The other thing I would point out on this is the webinars on demand. I am happy to come on and do these anytime, real life presentation, but sometimes people don't have, they miss this presentation or they don't have time for it on a certain day that we schedule it for. So this is something that's there for you all the time. It is going to give you all the kind of mini webinars that are pre-recorded. It's like watching kind of a YouTube video. And it tells you about how long they are. So this one's going to take me about 25 minutes. But the nice thing is I can go watch this on the weekend. I can watch it at 9 o'clock at night. I can do this on my own time. So this is going to be all the different ones that we currently offer. So if you need a refresher on, okay, we talked about dental plans today with vision, you can do this, it takes 20 minutes. So this is a nice, if you're brand new and just kind of learning to establish with us and just see it quick and easy, because you can do this on your own. And then obviously the other big piece of it is going to be the quoting. And probably most people are familiar with it. I would get out of the habit of doing instant quotes. Instant quotes do not retain in your broker office. You'll do the quote and it'll disappear. So you don't necessarily want to do that. You want to create a prospect and quote because that will save the prospect in your prospect list. So if this person calls you back tomorrow and says, Renae, you quoted me a $10,000 deductible, I want you to quote me a $5,000. You don't have to go back and re-get all of his information, his or her information. You can just edit the quote. I don't know if there's anything else anybody, I know we're up against the time, if there's anything else anybody wants to see or has questions about.
No, fantastic. Fantastic. And you can do this on the fly. It's lickety split, this e-store. You can dive right into it, start generating quotes and create like a little spreadsheet to send to your clients. And it's just a great tool. I think it's the best in the industry. With that, we'll wrap things up. So it looks like there's no additional questions. Everybody will get a copy of the presentation. We'll send this out to you either today or early tomorrow. And fantastic job, Renae. Renae, any last thoughts?
No, let me give you my phone number. I didn't put it in the presentation, but my direct phone number would be 800-232-5432. And then my extension is 11390.
Great, fantastic. Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. That's the presentation. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.